Hey everyone, welcome to the Dancers Against Cancer YouTube channel. Today we have a very special episode. My name's Jocelyn Basham and I'm the director of DAC, and today joining us is Tia B. Stokes. She is a Dancers Against Cancer ambassador and just a lovely friend. So welcome, we're so excited to chat with you.
I'm so excited to be here. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. We absolutely love you, and I just feel like we've been able to do so many amazing things since you've joined the Dancers Against Cancer family. But I just wanted to kind of take a trip down memory lane, and I would love to hear more about how you first fell in love with dance and how that passion found you, and kind of how you've been able to build a career off of what you love.
Yeah.
So take me back to Tiny Tia.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Tiny Tia. Tiny Tia comes from a big family of seven kids. And honestly, all of my siblings are naturally talented. I have to actually give props first to my brother, my oldest brother, Sonny Boy, who was the firstborn natural dancer in our family. And he always claims, he's like, I was the one that was teaching guys like the pop and lock and draw, all the things in the backyard. And so, I was 10 years old, and my parents were just like, I didn't really have a passion at the time. I wasn't really doing anything. And so my sister Irene was a dancer, also self-taught, and she was teaching dance at the time. And so they sent me to dance with her. And, coming from a big family, it was free dance lessons, right? And free babysitting. So they were getting a 2-for-1. And I fell in love with it. And I really grew to love dance. And it didn't come easy for me. I had 2 left feet. I remember my first competition that I did, I messed up the whole routine. And I remember exactly what I was wearing: black shorts, black hat, black combat boots. This was like back in the day, right? And purple metallic shirt. And I messed up the whole routine. But, I fell in love with performing and being on stage and dancing. And so that whole, all growing up, I would literally just dance. Yeah. And 20 hours in the studio every week, just dancing. I started teaching at the age of 12 with my sister, and didn't really love teaching at first. I think coming from a family with a dance studio, you just kind of grow up in it, right? Like, okay, you're going to teach a class, you're going to do this. And I grew to love it. I grew to love dance and teaching dance. And so from there it was my passion was born. And I remember when anybody asked me what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a backup dancer. That's it. I wanted to dance backup. I wanted to hit all the stages, all the things. And I actually went to my first audition with 500 girls, and this was in Vegas. Okay. It was an open call. And I remember my first audition, I walked in, and the first, they do the first casting, look at all the girls, and they do the first cut. And then the second time they teach us a routine and we audition it. And that was my first professional job for Beyoncé.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was 17 years old, but it really was something that I just loved so much, and was a passion that grew and started within my family. Yeah.
Wow. So then fast forward, you're in Utah. Yeah. And you decide, okay, it's my time to open up a studio.
Yeah, actually, you know what? To be honest, I didn't want to open a studio. I love performing. I love entertaining. I love dancing. I love learning. That was like my first true passion, was just being able to perform and give of my energy. I love that. I love being able to get in front of people and entertain them, make them smile, make them cry, all the things. But like I said, growing up teaching, I grew to love it. And after I was about 21 years old, and I came back from LA, and I was in the middle of going back to LA to be managed by Britney Spears' dad, Jamie Spears. And at that time, I'm going through this process in my life. Like, I want to have a family. I want to be married. How am I going to do all this together? And so literally bags packed, getting ready to go back with my brother. My brother was going to go with me, and I decided that I was going to stay in St. George, Utah, and not go back. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I remember fully just being like, hey, Lord, do whatever it is that you want me to do, honestly. And so that same year, I had come back from teaching a college pro camp in Anaheim with USA. Mm-hmm. And I remember I came back and I went to go take an adult hip hop, like a class, right, in St. George. And at the time, there was nowhere. I walked in this class, and there was just kids, like just kids. And I'm like, there's not even an open class. Like, how do I take an open hip hop class here in Utah? And so I thought, I'm like, I'm just going to start a class myself. Like, I'm just going to do it and see who comes. I think it was just like MySpace at the time or something, slowly going into Facebook. So I put it out there. I started getting these girls coming, you know, every week. Sometimes no one would come, but I didn't care because I just wanted to dance. I didn't care. And so, And as I'm teaching this group, you know, these group of girls that are coming, I'm thinking, okay, well, we're going to start performing, you know? And as we're getting ready to put a performance on, I'm like, what are we going to name this group? What are we going to name this group? You know, a hip hop group in St. George, Utah. And if you know Utah, it's like hip hop at the time was like not a thing. So the word Calamity kept coming to my mind. Name the group Calamity. And I'm like, why would I name this group Calamity? Everyone's going to make fun of us. They're going to say we dance like a calamity, you know? We're 18 and over girls dancing. And I couldn't shake it. So I did. We named it Calamity. And we started performing. And as we were, getting ready for our first dance recital, one of our dancers was diagnosed with cancer for the second time. And so we sat in a circle and we said, you know, let's make this a benefit concert for Tiffany Scholl. And we'll donate 100% of the proceeds to her. Well, no joke. We had about like our husbands and kids there. Like nobody was there, but we raised $1,300 that night. And, you know, after that, it clicked. That was what Calamity stood for. We had people asking us, hey, can you help my mom? Can you help my dad? My daughter was just diagnosed. And so we started putting on benefit concerts, and out of my garage. We were literally just practicing out of my garage. My husband had turned it into, you know, put mirrors up and painted it. And after 4 years of doing that and realizing that Calamity stood for dancing for people going through real life calamities, we knew that we had something there that was growing and that needed to be there, present. So that's when we opened up the Vault Dance Studio. We stood in it, we're in a circle. And we literally were like, okay, are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Okay. I mean, I had just had 2 kids at the time. We were, you know, my girls were college girls. Some were moms, you know, had kids. But we needed a space to dance, to be able to rehearse, to put on these benefit concerts. And so we decided to open up the Vault Dance Studio that, you know, holds our most prized treasures, our kids and our adults and people dancing for a cause. And and that was 2011. So 2007, you know, in my garage to 2011, opening up the Vault Dance Studio that now we get to, you know, share that beautiful gift of dancing for people that are going through real life calamities with ages 3 to adults.
Wow. So you've just always had that heart of service, really, and just knowing there's people out there that need.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is actually when I was the crazy thing is my niece sent this to me the other day. She goes, Tia, do you realize your first fundraiser was for my mother? My mother was, when I was in high school, she had a brain tumor and she had cysts and she had emergency brain surgery. And I don't remember this, but she sent me a picture of it. And she goes, you made cans. And I put my mom's story and her picture on there. And I went and put it on all the check stands at grocery stores. And I'm like, holy crap, like what the heck? Like you don't realize the things that you do that actually mold you into the person that you're becoming.
Oh, 100%. Life was preparing you, my friend. Wow. So you have Calamity, you have the Vault now. And in your mind, you're like, I'm helping others. Right? You're like, everyone else is the ones that are going through these challenges. I'm here to show up and to be that support system. Then you get diagnosed. Tell me how that was
Well, I mean, to paint you a little picture of who I am, for those that don't know, like I'm energetic person. I'm a yes girl. I just love life. And that was one thing about, you know, dancing for a cause and Calamity that fit into my lifestyle so perfectly was that I was willing and always willing. And for anyone that knew me before, you would never think it would be me. Even myself, I would think of, no, wait, not Tia. Like, that's not Tia. She's the one putting on the show. She is not the one that the show is for.
Right.
And I think even within my own family, with me and Andy, sorry, I'm gonna grab one of these.
No, you're good.
We never were the ones to want to be served. We were always the ones that were just like, yes, let's do it. Of course. Yeah. No brain, of course we were always going to be there. And so after I had Rosie in 2019, I had got sick. I had a cough. I had flu-like symptoms, loss of weight without trying. I was very nauseous. I had throbbing headaches at night. I just remember waking up and would never get headaches before. I would wake up in just like sweats, like night sweats, just drenched in sweat. And we could not figure out what was wrong. And at first my doctor, my OBGYN was like, hey, when I had the cough, they're like, yeah, your immune system's going to be a little weak. You just had a baby. You'll be fine. It will go away. And then as I got sicker and sicker, I'm honestly thinking like, wow, I'm postpartum.
Right.
My body's out of whack. It just needs some time. I got to go work out more. I couldn't breathe. I had a hard time breathing, just even talking. Yeah. And so, the world shuts down. 2020 comes and March, the pandemic. And I remember specifically, we had just made the move up to northern Utah. And my husband's defensive coordinator, Josh Arnold, Riley Arnold's dad, was our really, really good friend. And he had just ran some blood work because we were just finally couldn't figure this out and wanted to get to the bottom of this. And he comes over to our house and he has bloodshot eyes, just crying. And he's like, Tia, I am so sorry. Yeah. You have acute myeloid leukemia, blood cancer. And I honestly, at the time of that news, I was a little bit relieved because I had been sick for so long and I was just ready to go, right? But two, it was also Andy and me were just like, how? Yeah. How does this even happen? Mm-hmm. And I remember Andy specifically sharing this story and saying how angry he was with God and just being like, how do you do this to my wife? She has danced for your children for years, for 14 years. Mm-hmm. I dedicated my life. To dancing. So I remember him just being very upset and both of us just very confused. Mm-hmm. When you think that you're doing, trying to do what's right, and trying to help as many people through dance and through my passion. Yeah. You never think that it's going to be you. Mm-hmm. And so when that got turned and it was me, was very shocking, but also I think for me, when I went into that journey, I remember trying to look up people with AML and online, and all I could find were either people that passed, or that was it, really. Yeah. And so for me, it was another motivation to be like, hey, I'm gonna rewrite this script. Yeah. And I'm willing, and I know that God will make me capable. So
I hear from so many people who battle, their first thing is anger, obviously, and then it's, what did I do wrong? What did I do to deserve this? What they almost place the blame on themselves. And I think your story is so incredibly inspiring because you flipped that. And it was like, okay, how can I use this to inspire, to be a role model, to show the hardships that come with it, but also the many, many blessings that come from building a community around you during this difficult time. So how humbling, I'm sure, to think that you're kind of the savior doing it all, helping everyone, and now you have to ask for that support and you have to accept the help.
And that was really, really hard. Yeah. That was hard. I remember when my niece Cambria at the time, because my studio was still a thing, we were still dancing for people. And actually the craziest thing is that year, January 2020, I had just asked Indy Lou, Tara Bell, if they could be my cause for that year, for 2020. which is crazy because she had AML, and we share. And who would have thought April of that year I would get the same cancer as my cause that year? And so I remember when Camber was like, hey, we need to dance for you too. Like the studio is going to dance for you too. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, no, I don't do that. Like it's not about me. This is not about me. This has always been about other people. And she's like, no, we have to. Like, we'll dance for both of you. And that was really, really hard for me to accept. But I think it was a lesson that I needed to learn too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So.
Yeah. No, I think the busybodies of the world, I mean, I've met so many people who, you know, whether they were a rockette or whether they were a choreographer or whatever it was like, no, this doesn't happen to me. This happens to other people.
Yeah.
And you know, I eat right, I drink right, I do everything right. Why me?
Yeah. Well, you know, I share this now a lot, but I almost feel like, you know, I had already made that choice to dedicate my passion of dance to people, right? To God's kids. And it was almost like I feel like I needed a college education in what it feels like.
100%.
And being where I'm at now and having felt what I felt in that situation, there's no way I could ever not, if that makes sense. Yeah. There's no way I could ever not help. I was talking to Kendra about this the other day with Brielle, and I said, could you even imagine me not doing anything? It's not even a question. Like, it's not even a question, because when you have felt that, almost like God was like, you gotta understand what it feels like. You need to understand how important it is. Yeah. You need to understand, because when those days get hard and it feels like you want to give up, this is what's gonna drive you to keep on going.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I remember following you in 2020, watching your hospital videos, just having this crazy feeling of like, I don't know how, I don't know when, but we will work together. Yeah. And so fast forward to 2022, I want to say, I sent you a DM and I just said, hi, Tia, I have been following your story for so long, and I run Dancers Against Cancer, and I just need to work with you. I think you are so inspiring. I think you're the epitome of what this organization stands for. And so we honored you with an online Industry Dance Award.
I think I was still in the hospital at the time.
Yes. And I remember you were so grateful. You were so wonderful. And so from there I was like, okay, like, let's figure out a way to work together. And then life happens as it does. And I reached back out to you beginning of 2024, and I said, hey, we have an amazing opportunity. Would you be willing to come to Studio Siwa and do this photo shoot, this video shoot, and be a part of our So You Think You Can Dance partnership masterclass that we did with Jenna and Val and JoJo and all of these incredible people. So that was really our time to bond and come together. And we didn't sit down interview with you then, but so much life has happened since then.
Yes.
I had followed your story, and I just knew this is someone who is living it in real time. They know how to relate to people, but also they know how to find joy in the hardest moments. And I think that's the hard part about Dancers Against Cancer is we have so many different people that are at different stages in their cancer journey. But regardless, we have to show up and we have to smile and we have to bring that hope.
Yeah.
And I think that you're just the perfect representation of that. And I don't know. It was literally just like a soul knowing of like, she's someone so special. I've never met anybody like you, and just your vibrancy and just the way that you walk into any room and just light everyone up, lift everyone up. I'm like, that's what we try to do here. That's literally the whole point of Dancers Against Cancer. So I knew I wanted to work with you, and finally the chance and the opportunity presented itself. And I was like, this is the only person we need, truly. Like this,
no,
this is it.
Thank you, Joss. I really, every time I see you, I tell you that, but like, I just think of that first DM and opening up that and reading that, especially being in, the hospital where I was at that time. I like specifically very, very sick, and being able to see that somebody else sees something in me in the time when you don't see anything in yourself. And I think for cancer patients, for any cancer patient out there, that's like the coolest thing that people can do for you is when they're seeing it in you before you can even see that in your fight. Because like you said, you're stripped of everything physically. About like, you could be the healthiest. I was the healthiest ever. And even my family were like, you were the one that was eating right, working out, all the things active, and then you get cancer, you know? And I think it's really important when people reach out like that and give you that hope. So you might be saying like, I was giving hope, but people like you are the ones that give us hope.
Yeah.
You know? So
no, it takes a village. It really does. And I just knew you needed to be a part of this family. And so
I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that kind of launched your Industry Dance Awards, I'm a Dancer Against Cancer journey.
Yes.
And so we did that amazing class. And like, when I tell you, we'll roll the clip because we ended the night with everyone doing your dance.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a dry eye in that dance room. It was such everyone is here and they are all meant to be here in this moment in time, and we are all coming together, and it just felt so right with the universe that we were all connected in that moment. And I just knew like, okay, this is going to be good. Like, I could feel it. I could see Rick, I could see Adrian, all of our eyes, just Jocelyn, all of our eyes kind of lighting up like, okay, we found her. Like, this is going to be an amazing journey, and it has been. You're the perfect example of like, even when you're going through it, because I remember you weren't feeling good.
No, I wasn't.
And nobody really knew.
No.
And it was the fact you still showed up, and you were a ball of energy, 120%.
No, thank you.
Still showing up for everybody. Like, that just goes to show who you are as a human.
No, thank you.
And I'm
just grateful, and I'm willing.
Yeah.
No, it was actually kind of funny backstage. I wish I had videos of this, but I probably drank like 70 gallons of water. Because now because of my transplant, I have GVHD, and GVHD it's basically your donor cells attacking your organs constantly. So I'll live with this disease for the rest of my life. And but when I get and you know, I speak for a living, I do a lot of public things, but it's funny because I could be like, no, I can't do it. I'm going to be, you know, but there's a part of me that feels like the little ones are watching. People are, you know, I want them to know that you can do hard things. And it's okay if you're faced with a chronic illness or something that is, you know, you may think that you can't do the dreams that you've always wanted to do, but you can. Like, you can. It just will look a little different.
Right.
And that's okay. You'll still get there. It's just going to look a little different. And so, yeah, backstage, I'm just like drinking, telling the girls, can you give me more water? Give me more water. But for me, it was an honor to be there and to represent. I almost feel like, no, I don't almost. I do. I feel like a big sister to all of my cancer fighting siblings. Yeah. And I want them to see that, hey, Tia's did it. Okay, I can do it too. Yeah. All right. Okay, Tia did it. Okay, I can do it too. You know, and so for me to show up, no matter what I'm feeling like, is because I want people to show up too.
Yeah.
I want my little siblings to know that they can keep showing up too.
Yeah. I definitely relate to that. I know what it's like to be the person that is expected to bring everybody up. Yeah. And my question to you is, when you're not feeling like that, how do you switch your mindset, or how do you push through that, you know, like in terms of, we lost Brielle and then we lost Danielle, another amazing DAC hope story. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was wrecked. And, but there's still other families, there's still other families, and I still have to show up, and I still have to, and I think we relate to each other on that level of like, it doesn't matter what you're going through. People need that. And so I'm just wondering, how do you kind of shake that and get back into your mindset? Like, what is your process?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting you're asking me this question, because the last couple of days I've been in my mind just like, what am I doing? Is this the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I, you know, should I still be dancing for people? And I'm you know, it's not my career. It's not my job. So I always kind of question, like, am I doing the right thing? Is it for the right reason? Da, da, da. And then I always felt, am I really helping them? Am I really not? Is this really matter? And so really just yesterday on my way here, I was feeling just kind of like, man, maybe I'm done. Maybe I've done what I've done. I've done 19 years, you know, and maybe I'm good. Nobody really needs it anymore. Like somebody else can do it better. You know, just that feeling, right? We're all human. And I walk out of the LAX bathroom, literally, and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done. Like, I'm done. It's fine. I'll just, you know, as soon as there was a line of women coming into the stalls, and this lady looks right at me, and she goes, Tia, I follow you. And she has tears in her eyes, and she goes, you've helped me through some of the hardest things in my life. She goes, you have no idea that I have watched your videos. She goes, our journeys look different. She goes, but I have looked at every single post to keep on fighting my battle and to keep on going. And honestly, I needed that at that moment. It was like, I call it, you know, a God incidence where God saw me. And in that moment, I mean, in an LAX bathroom, I'm walking out the stall, literally in my mind, I can't make this up. I was like, I'm done. Like, nobody needs it anymore. You know, it's fine. People will be fine. And she's like, everything you do, like, I really resonate, and you've helped me with my family situation and what I've gone through and helped me to keep on going, to keep on fighting. She had no idea what I was like going through in my mind. She had no idea the heartbreak that I was feeling in that day with certain situations. And so for me, it's people. Yeah. I really feel like I'm drawn to be able to help people to keep on going and to keep on fighting and to keep on dancing like Brielle, and to be able to show up for them so they can see that you can do hard things. Yeah. Like it's possible. I'm not perfect. I'm going to do things maybe this differently than you will, but I am going to keep trying, and I am going to keep doing the things that I can do to be able to make a difference. Yeah. And then, you know, with loss, I was talking to my husband the other day, you know, because I lost another cause just recently. Yeah. And I said, why do I do this to myself? Yeah. Why am I inserting my life into people's lives? Mm-hmm. They didn't ask me. I said they probably would be fine without me. Like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. And he's like, if you won't, then who will?
That part. No, I think it's so wild to hear you even say that, because I'm like, girl, you're just getting started. What? No, like I said, like when we were able to get connected, and when I saw what you can bring to not just this organization, but to the world, it is something that, and I think that's why people resonate with you so much, is I think social media is so performative, so produced, and you're just you. Yeah. And it's such a breath of fresh air. And I think it just makes people feel less alone. And like, it's not easy to get on a camera and cry. It's not. It's vulnerable, and it's sensitive. And I think for you to be able to continuously show up, even amidst your own battle and raising all of your children, and it's just, you live such a big, beautiful life, and you still take moments to check in on others. And I mean, I feel it. I feel it when you reach out to me, and I know all of our other DAC kids and family members feel that love and support from you. And it's just, that's not normal. No. Like, you are one in a bazillion.
Thank you.
And so, but to hear you say, like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm done, or, you know, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask because they didn't even know that it was possible. Yeah. But then you show up, and it's just, it changes people's lives. It really does. And that's like how I feel about DAC. We always say it's a community that you don't want to be a part of. Honestly, like it's the cancer community. You don't want to be a part of it. But the second that you are, thank goodness that you have it. Yes. And now you can't live without it.
And that's what I tell everybody. You know, every time I dance for somebody online, I'm like, you know, this isn't a family that we chose. Right. This is not a family that you said, hey, let me be a part of it. Yeah. I want to do it, you know. But once you're a part of the family, there's no turning back. And there's no way that nobody fights alone. And I can't even tell you that, you know, when I reach out to families right now and ask, you know, hey, can I dance for your son? Can I dance for you, you know, as a mom? They light up. You know, at first I'm kind of like, they're probably going to think I'm weird.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
this is weirdo wanted to dance for me. You know, why do you want to dance for me? That's weird, you know. But it's amazing the responses I get with people that are like, yes, thank you so much. Wow, what, like, we need as much joy as we can feel right now in this moment. So it really is something that makes a difference, you know, and to be able to be a part of Dancers Against Cancer in a way that, you know, where I have felt what Jade has felt. Elena, I feel such a deep connection to our dancers and those, you know, that are struggling, because I get it. And I just want them to see that there is hope and that you can keep going after your dreams. You can keep, if you want to be a mom, you can be a mom, you know. If you want to do those things, you can do it. It will just look a little different, but you can do it too, you know?
And sometimes it's better than you could have even imagined.
Oh, amen.
Like, just in terms of like, yeah, I want to be a background dancer.
Oh my gosh.
Girl, you're the host of Industry Dance Awards. Like you are that girl, you know?
That is wild.
And the fact that it's in such a way that is so true to who you are.
Yes.
And I think,
and I can't thank you enough for that. Honestly, like, I think about that. That's why even my brother that was going to move back with me, I mean, literally Jamie Spears, Britney Spears, you know, and we talk about this all the time. I'm like, you got to come to a show and you got to understand like what, like, you got to see it. But he was there, and he's like, how, like, what is happening right now? Like, and I just think about you. I think about that first DM, you know, and how you were inspired. Like, like I said, I'm like, I don't know what you saw in me. I was just this crazy girl in the hospital room dancing online. Yeah. And to be able to stand in front of the Dance Industry Award Show, where I look up to all of those choreographers and dancers and studio owners, and to be like, what the crap am I doing here? Yeah. You know, but I also feel a sense of like responsibility. Yeah. To be able to represent what we do. Yeah. And what the most important thing is, you know, to be there for those dancers and for those kids and for those adults that are fighting. And I want them not just to see hope, but to see possibility. Yeah. And I want the people in the audience to feel that this is real. And this is what life's about.
Absolutely.
This is what life's about. And this is why we get to dance. This is why we've been blessed to be able to dance and do what we love, is for these bigger purposes. Yeah. And it's wild to me that I get to be a part of it in such a beautiful, beautiful way.
Yeah. No, it's literally just what I said in the beginning of this episode of life prepares you in the craziest ways, where it's like you might be going through a challenge and you're like, why is this even happening to me? Like, why am I in this season of life? Why is this chapter, you know, closing? Or why I'm scared. This is like a brand new beginning and I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah. And it's just very interesting to see the people that get placed in your life at such the right time, the right moment. And I just think it's so beautiful. And I think people seeing you as this high energy dancer, but also this soul who is so soft and so sensitive, I think it really inspires people to dig a little bit deeper into themselves and figure out, you know, what is my purpose here? Like, am I happy in this career? Do I feel fulfilled in this job, or, you know, in this place that I'm in life? Am I living it to the fullest? Yeah. And I think that, like, you are on our screens 24/7, just a constant reminder of, like, anything's possible. And I can talk to anybody, and I can comfort anybody, even if it's a stranger. Like, it's one of those things that I think you just bring people back down to this human level, and not a lot of people can do that. And so I really do feel like that is your superpower in just terms of being able to be this complete ball of energy rock star,
No.
literally, but at the same time have such a genuine connection to people. And it's obvious that you are in it for the right reasons, not to bachelor it up, but like it's just so clear that, you know, this is something that I think, you know, Born for This is so fitting for, you know, your song, because it's like nobody, anytime that you're feeling that imposter syndrome or the why am I doing this, or am I doing this for the right reasons, or whatever it is that you're questioning, it's like nobody can do what you do.
Thank you.
Literally.
No.
Like, give me a roster, none.
Thank you.
And I think it's a good reminder for people. Like, nothing is an accident. And, you know, life is going to put you in situations and, you know, it could be better than you could ever imagine, you know?
Yeah, no, what's wild to me, I tell this, you know, to my family when I go back home after the Industry Dance Award show. I'm like, Abby Lee Miller wanted a picture with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, it's wild that like I said, I love being a part of Dancers Against Cancer, and it couldn't fit and align more with my life already.
Yeah.
You know, and what I believe in and what I stand for, and to be able to partner with you guys and to be able to work alongside with you with such a genuine heart, and to be able to give back in such a beautiful way that we all believe in and that we're all passionate about, you know, and to bring people together like that is such an honor. And I feel very grateful, and I'm grateful to, you know, Jocelyn and JoJo to believe in me. I remember when I first met JoJo at her studio with Jocelyn, she like looked at her mom and was like, Tia needs her like own thing. We got to figure out something for Tia. And I'm like, what? You know, but you guys, just everybody that's surrounding DAC are just good freaking people. And I just feel so grateful to be a part of it. So thank you for having the heart that you guys do and you do, and to be able to see something in me, to have me a part of it.
Absolutely. No, it's so cool to see. I mean, you have your own conference now.
Yeah.
You had a documentary
made
about you.
Yeah.
Like, wow. My question is, obviously all of these things have happened in your life that you would have never been able to guess.
Yeah.
Big picture, where do you see Tia in 10, 15 years?
Man, 10, 15 years. 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
Oh, 10, 15 years. I think 10, 15 years, I would just love to be able to, you know, obviously help and dance for as many people as I can. I would love to, I love hosting. It's so much fun for me. I love entertaining. I love dancing. I'm going to continue dancing forever. I'm going to probably have grandkids in 10 to 15 years.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
That's a long time. Can you say 5 years? You know, wherever the Lord takes me. I mean, I would love to be on Dancing with the Stars one day, hosting, doing all the things, representing, you know, the cancer community in such a lightful way, and bringing as much good as I can to the world. So,
Well, we are so honored to have you as a part of our DAC family. You inspire us on the daily, and I think are just a constant reminder for us of all the good that we can do in the world. And just you're so fun, and you're so real.
I'm kind of wild. I'm kind of crazy.
Same. And the best people are. The best people are. And I think it really does. I think it just has brought such a burst of energy and life into our organization that I was searching for. And I'm so excited to see where life takes us.
Well, you brought that into my life too. You need to know that. Like, I think it works both ways. I think when the Lord works, or when it works that way, it's not just for one side, it's for both sides. Like, I needed this as well, and you brought that into my life. And like I said, you saw that in me and brought that into my life, where I get to do something I love in such a beautiful industry with amazing people, and to be able to shine that light for others on a different scale, and to be able to fulfill my cup and help me, do that. So thank you so much.
No, my honor. I love you, friend.
Love you.
For anyone who wants to support Calamity, the Vault, any upcoming projects, where can they find you? What can they do?
We're actually getting ready for our benefit concert for Charlie. Charlie is our cause for this season right now. Unfortunately, she just barely passed away. And so we're continuing to dance for her, continuing to raise awareness and support for their family. And her concert will be April 28th. We also stream it online, so it's available live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. But you can be a part of any of our fundraisers, anything, you know. We do a lot of things that open up to the social media community so the world can be a part of it as well. So you can find us at The Vault, you know, on Instagram, the Tia B Stokes on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the things. So
amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to be shooting really fun, more content later today. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the I'm a Dancer Against Cancer exclusive subscription on Instagram.
Yes.
We're just trying to get more involved with our friends and our fans. And obviously DAC is such a close-knit community, and it's grown and evolved in such a beautiful way where now there's people involved that have no connection to dance, but they still want to be involved, and they
Yes.
still want to get to know our
Yes.
stories and be in the inner scoop
Yeah.
of what's going on. So make sure you guys, if you're interested, that you subscribe to that. And there's going to be exclusive content from Tia,
Yes.
From other DAC ambassadors and friends and hope stories. And obviously, if you guys want to support our Just Keep Dancing Brielle signature shirt, we have that
Yes.
on
Do
on our website. And yeah, it's just, you know, as hard as this topic is, and as hard as losing these amazing, beautiful souls is, we know that the more that we share, the more that we're able to advocate for them. And
well, and I think, you know, one of the things, sorry, as we're ending, but I think one of the things is like we get to do it for them. Exactly. And I think for me as a cancer patient, which is so weird to say for me sometimes, but for me as a cancer survivor, and to be able to be in remission, to be a survivor, and, you know, you deal with that survivor's guilt, right? But one of the biggest things that helps me to keep on showing up and keep on going is because I know they want me to. I know that they're on the other side going, hey, come on, we got to help so-and-so. Hey, we got to go dance for so. We got to go help her. We got to, and they are the reason why we keep on going, is to be able to shine their light and their legacy, and to be able to further the work for our cancer friends, our dancers, you know.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, it's all for them. And we couldn't do it without any of you. It really does take a village and a community, and we're just so excited to continue growing and sharing and adding more people to the DAC family. You know, we really want people to know that nobody battles alone, and you know, especially coming from someone who has said it first and foremost of like, I needed people. I needed people to believe in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. And that's what we're here for. That's what DAC is here for. So if you guys want to get more involved, make sure you guys are following us at I'm a Dancer Against Cancer. Make sure you guys are checking out all of our amazing events. We have a DAC golf tournament in September. We have our Industry Dance Awards and Gala of the Stars in October. And all of these are huge fundraising events. And that's the way that we're able to give back so much to our dance community.
What a beautiful way. And I always think, you know, being a survivor myself, right? It could be gone like that. Like, today is a gift, and I think cancer is something that it's not that nobody's like, I thought it would never be me, right? And so it's one of those things that it's touched all of us in one way or another. And for those of us that have felt it before, you just live with a little bit more like, hey, it could change tomorrow. And I think it's such a great reminder and a great perspective to have for everybody, even if you've never had cancer, just to remember that today is a gift and tomorrow could be different. And what are we doing with our gift today? And to be able to be a part of Dancers Against Cancer for me has been truly a gift, and such a great way to be able to give back. So yeah, I love it so much. It's the best ever.
We love it, and we love you. Thank you so much for coming
love
in,
you guys.
We're just so excited to see what more is in store.
What happens? I know, so fun.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys are following Tia B Stokes on all of the different social media channels. She is so fun to follow and just so inspiring. Overall, we're just so lucky to have you in our DAC family.
Thank you.
We love you,
Thanks for having
and you guys will be seeing more of us very soon.
Yes.